Welcome to Salute to Education, where every month we show you all the cool, amazing, innovative, and inspirational stuff that's happening in San Diego's schools. Comic books are a great tool to entice kids to read, to ignite their imaginations. But what does it take to create a comic book? That's exactly what some young comic fans are learning at this unique summer camp.
Comic books have been entertaining fans through creative and visual storytelling since their introduction in 1933. The early years, known as the Golden Age of comics, introduced superheroes like Superman, Batman, Wonder Woman, and so many more who continue to be popular with the younger generation of today.
My favorite comic character is Hulk, and he's very strong and athletic.
My favorite superhero, well, I have two. My favorite superheroes are Batman and Spider-Man. I don't know why, they're just awesome.
My favorite superhero is Batman.
And my favorite comics are Calvin and Hobbes, Mutts, and Amulet.
My favorite superhero is Wannabeast. I love him because he's just exotic, cool, and funny, and not many people know about him, so.
But comics are more than just entertainment. They're also a form of artistic expression. A lot goes into this art of storytelling, and that's what these kids are exploring at this comic book studio in Ocean Beach.
So this is a panel from a comic that Little Fish has done. We teach all facets of comic book illustration and creation, from the writing to the art to the lettering, which is a whole separate skill. Good penmanship is always important. To publishing, marketing, and how to pitch your comic if the student's at that level of development.
Executive Director Alonzo Nunez, who also produces comics professionally, founded the studio in 2012, where aspiring young artists can learn how to develop their skills.
This is what step of the process is this?
Inking.
This one up here?
Penciling.
Penciling, and then so what's this down here?
Inking.
This week he's teaching a summer camp that covers the process from conception to completion of a comic. By the end of the week, students have a comic book that's all their own.
I really like art, and I also like reading, so I thought it might be fun to create my own comic because I really like to draw.
Getting to draw it and make your thoughts a reality. I mean, thinking of something is one thing, but actually doing them is another, so that's really big and great for me. It rolls down the mountain, destroying, leaving a trail of total destruction.
Why don't you go from there?
In the middle of the city.
Go from there, and we'll see how far you get away from the mountain.
The learning environment at Little Fish allows kids to be creative while having fun. And that's what Alonzo had in mind when he developed the curriculum.
What would I have wanted from a summer camp that did comics when I was a kid? And for me, it would be, getting a kind of introductory lesson to what comics are all about, the language, how to come up with story ideas, how to develop them in images, and how to come away with a comic that I had done myself and felt proud about.
Mine, it's like they're 4 animals, and their owner has a live piece of, let's just say poo, and it escaped from its little poop square thingy, and so they have to try to get him back. It's Dragon Dude, and he's a real party dude, and he's really cool and stuff, and he had some abilities, but the thing he does best at is throw chairs into people's houses.
My comic is about a lab or a secret base. They're making sure that this project that they're making doesn't awake because it might destroy a lot of things.
While each student works to unfold their own individual story, they also learn how to work as a team.
We can have them getting out of the bus in one hand. See?
That's an important part of comics and art in general, is being able to accept criticism, and suggestions from peers, and also to be able to give suggestions and ideas. There's that risk of maybe I'm going to hurt their feelings if I say something, or make a suggestion. And we really try to encourage collaboration along with the creation. What I did is I suggested that she add just a tiny bit of the ear.
I like it because sometimes you can kind of tell what you can do to make your story better or how good your story is, and I just like it when they give me that kind of stuff because I know how to make my story better.
One suggestion too, Ian, make the chair a little thicker.
You learn to crave feedback and stuff because it makes you better as a person and your work. So I just love it every time I get critique on my work.
The camp also helps students expand on their reading, writing, and comprehension skills.
There's something about comics, the kind of mixture of writing, which tends to be a more left brain kind of skill, and art, which tends to be a right brain skill. And the two intertwining in comics is A, fun, I love it, but also B, is, I believe, incredibly useful academically.
I am creating a Justice League comic. In a few years they're going to have a Justice League movie, so I want to take my own style of it, see how it would look and in my image, and I want it to be 400 pages or so.
I haven't have an official name for it yet, but it's steampunk, and there's this ship in space, and then all of a sudden an alarm goes off, and it turns out that they're hurtling towards a black hole.
After a week of writing, penciling, and the final step of inking, what's been the most memorable?
That it's really fun and you get to be really creative and stuff.
The bathroom has comic books. Seriously, the wallpaper in the bathroom is like comic books.
I like lunch and cartoons and just making the comic book. Those are my favorites.
It's amazing to see how happy they are with the process and also with their finished work. For me, this would all be for naught if the kids didn't come away with pages that they had created, that they had developed and worked through and were proud of.
A love for comics that's turned these Little Fish students into budding comic book creators.
Come here, it's a great place, you'll love it.
That looks like fun. And what talented kids. Little Fish Comic Studios offers classes year-round and a variety of camps for different age groups. You can find out more information about the program on our website, 4sd.com, on the Salute to Education page. We'll be right back.
This segment is brought to you by the University of San Diego, a proud sponsor of Salute to Education.